Good morning, I'm John from Hypervac Technologies. Welcome to the headquarters. Today we're going to go through door maintenance. Okay, so before we get going, we'll maybe go through some of the maintenance components you might run into while doing door maintenance. So we'll start with the whale tail door latch, and this is a Hypervac part number. We've got the black whale tail roller, the door rod guide, the door rod, and door rod hardware kit. Secondly, these are a few hand tools and lubricants that you might need while we do these maintenance procedures. So we've got a 5/32 Allen bit with a ratchet, some side cutters, just some nitrile gloves, paper towels, some super lube grease. This is the grease that we typically recommend. It's the grease we send with our units. It's a multi-purpose synthetic grease. Fluid film is an excellent lubricant that we also recommend. It's available at most of your local hardware stores. And Loctite 242, which is a medium strength removable Loctite. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at is the whale tail door handle itself. If it sounds like this, chances are it probably needs some lubrication. We recommend that you lubricate this handle at least once every service interval with your engine, in conjunction with your engine, which is about every 75 hours. Easiest way to do this is turn the handle at a 45-degree angle and tilt it back. Take your factory supplied grease gun. We're going to squirt a shot of grease in behind the handle there. And then we're going to do the same on the bottom side. And that will lubricate this part of the handle. Okay, so second of all, we're going to have a look at this area here, which is the door rod guide, where it intersects with the door rod. There's a potential of metal on metal rubbing here. So to lubricate that, we just simply take our grease gun, give it a shot here, work it in real good, lubricate the rod. And then again on the outside as well, same thing. That goes for the bottom door rod guide and the top door rod guide. Okay, so the next area we want to focus on is right around here where the door rod connects to the door. And we're just going to use the fluid film and give it a little bit of a spray. And just work it in really well. We also want to get some down into the door latch rod. You can notice quite a difference already just by spraying some of that lube inside there. Feels a lot better. While we're in there, we're also going to want to make sure that these screws are tight on the door. They don't have to be super tight, but we don't want them rattling loose. They do have lock washers on them. If you do run into some problems with them, you can apply a little bit of blue Loctite. While you've got the fluid film out, it doesn't hurt to give the lock cylinder, you can pop open that little trap door and give it a little squirt. And that will lubricate the tumblers and the actual lock cylinder itself. The next thing I want to show you guys is, and this is particular for a single door. On the double doors, there's door rods that lock the doors in place. On a single door, this actual roller hooks into the body to allow the door to stay latched. It's very important that this roller is adjusted and tight. As you can see, it has quite a span of adjustability. And it's got to be adjusted in the right spot so that the door closes and seals tightly, and there's not too much force required to push the whale tail down. Okay, so next spot we're going to kind of focus on is how these door rods attach to the door handle. A lot of times these, as you can see, this one here's a washer's fallen off at some point, and it's just relying upon the cotter key to hold the rod on. Those door rods will actually fall off. It's really good to kind of, when you're going through the handles, look at these. We do offer this door rod hardware kit that provides a new washer and cotter key, and you can refresh the units with those. Now we're looking at the attachment bolts that hold the hinges on the doors. These are quite overlooked sometimes. They don't have to be super tight, but it's a good idea to go around every now and then. It's a 3/8 wrench, and just make sure that these nuts are snug. They're fiber lock nuts, so they shouldn't rattle off, but when they do get loose, they can cause damage. Typically, the cap screw will hold itself in place and you can just tighten the nut. But if they're really loose, you're going to need an assistant on the other side with a Robertson #2 to hold the cap screw in place while you tighten the nut. Next, we're going to show how to remove the door shock, and it's probably advisable to wear some safety glasses because this is a spring-loaded clip. Get a little flat screwdriver and work it underneath the clip and pull down. And that clip just pops right off, and so does the shock. It's advisable when you do change the shocks to inspect this ball stud because it can wear out as well. Putting it back on is just the reverse. This little clip slides in and pops out.